ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಗಿದಿದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕುಳಿತಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ನಾವು ಕಳೆದ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಭೂಗೋಳಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ. ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಾಯುಮಂಡಲದ ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಏನಂದರೆ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದಿಗೂ ಜೀವಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಒಂದು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಎನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಬೇಕು. ಆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಸಸ್ಯಗಳಿಗಾದರೆ ಆಹಾರವನ್ನು ತಯಾರಿಸಿಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳಕು ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕೇಬೇಕು. ಆ ಬೆಳಕನ್ನು ನೀಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು? ಸೂರ್ಯ ಬೆಳಕನ್ನು ನೀಡ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಜೀವಿಗೂ ಬೆಳಕನ್ನು ನೀಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಸೂರ್ಯ. ಆ ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಕುತೂಹಲವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಮೊದಲೇ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಈ ದಿನ ಸೂರ್ಯಜನ್ಯ ಶಾಖ. ಇದನ್ನ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸೋಲೇಷನ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೂರ್ಯಜನ್ಯ ಶಾಖ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಸೂರ್ಯನಿಂದ ಭೂಮಿ ಪಡೆಯುವ ಸೌರಜನ್ಯ ಶಾಖ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರೆಯಲ್ಪಡುತ್ತೆ. ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ to all. My name is Dr.Manjunatha C, Assistant Professor in Geography, Government First Aid College for Women, Chamarajanagar. Today I have presented the paper of insolation. Insolation means what? Sun is the chief source of energy, is responsible for all activities and also for the evolution of the earth. The sun, consisting of hot gaseous mass, radiates energy in the form of electromagnetic waves at a velocity of 229,460 km per second. The earth, which is about more than 150 million kilometers from the earth. The earth received only about 1 in 2 billion parts of energy gradients by the sun. Insolation is derived from the word incoming solar radiation. Insolation is specially applied to radiation which is arriving at Earth atmosphere first and then Earth surface. The heat is derived from solar energy, normally called solar radiation. The globe heat budget is the balance between incoming and outgoing solar radiation. Incoming energy varies, differ from place to place and season to season on the earth surface. Earth receives the temperature from the sun, out of which usually we consider as a one portion, that means it is 100. 52% is received by the earth and the remaining 48% is reflected by so many particles in the atmosphere. Some heat reflected by the clouds, absorbed by the water vapor present in the atmosphere, and some particles, some portion of the energy is reflected and then absorbed by the clouds, and then these are the waste, and then only for 52% of the total energy is received the earth. The insolation is affected by so many factors or controlled by so many factors. The angle of the incidence of the sun rays. The sun rays do not strike the earth surface at an equal angle. They are almost perpendicular as well as concentrated near the equator. Towards the poles, it is slanting. The temperature also high in the equatorial region. Towards the North Pole or South Pole, it is decrease. At the poles, it has only 0 degree temperature. It is also one of the important unequal distribution of the atmospheric temperature or insolation. The solar insolation is different from place to place. And then another one factor is the atmosphere. The amount of insolation also depends on the atmosphere through which it passes. The amount of cloud covers its thickness, the dust particles, water vapors absorb the temperature. And then another one point is duration of the day. The day duration of the sunshine or day varies with seasons and latitudes. Longer the duration of the sunshine, more will be the insolation and vice versa. And then another important points controlled by the atmospheric insolation is the distance between the earth and the sun. The earth revolves around the sun on its orbit. The orbit is in oblique oval shape. Sometimes the earth comes to near. The near position is January 3rd. It is called as perihelion. Peri means near, helium means planet or whatever it may be. And sometimes it is far away from the sun. On the July 4th, the earth is far away. It is called as the aphelion. Aphel means distance. Yes, the solar radiation is more in the January than in the month of July. So these are the important factors which are control the insolation distribution over the Earth's surface. Heat budget. Heating and cooling of atmosphere. The atmosphere do not get its temperature directly by the short waves of the sun, but through the long waves of the earth. The atmosphere is transparent to the solar radiation, which is in the form of short wave. It allows them to reach the earth, but it not transparent to the radiation of the earth, which is in the form of long waves. This characteristics of the atmosphere is known as greenhouse effect. Just we think about, we are in the car. The sun rays enter into the car. The car, within the inside of the car, the temperature will be rising. It cannot be goes away. That time we have some, it means we have some sensor because of the temperature. Same time, the cloud conditions or atmosphere act as a glass. The process of the heating and cooling of atmosphere are radiation, conduction, convection and advection. These are the main process which get atmosphere heated. Radiation. Radiation is the process of heating an objective by the transmission of heat waves. The Earth's surface gets temperature through solar radiation. It radiates energy in the form of long waves, which is absorbed by the atmosphere. Conduction. The transfer of heat by molecular activity is known as conduction. The atmosphere layer close to the Earth's surface gets heated in this process with contact. Third one convection. Transfer of heat through the movement of mass is called convection. The lower layer of the atmosphere gets temperature and become lighter. So it moves upward. The dense air in the upper layer being dense decrease downwards. With this cyclic movement, the temperature is distributed in the lower layers of the atmosphere. The advection, temperature is also transferred by large scale of movement of air. When warm air moves to cold region, the temperature of the air increase, and is contrast, cold air reduce heat. This phenomena is called as advection. These are the main processes which atmosphere receives the energy or heat from the earth's surface. The atmospheric temperature. The measurement of atmospheric temperature, it is used for an instrument. It is known as thermometer. Thermometer is used for the measurement of atmospheric temperature in a particular place. All over the world, they are used for Fahrenheit and then centigrade thermometers. Kelvin or Rover are especially in the foreign region. Since maximum and minimum thermometers are used for the record of minimum and maximum temperature in a particular place or a region. The atmospheric temperature distributed in two ways. One is vertical distribution of temperature and then another one is horizontal distribution of temperature. Vertical distribution of temperature means from the earth towards the atmosphere, how to temperature is. Usually in the sense of altitude, the temperature is decreased by the height of 1000 meter or 1 kilometer per 6.4 degrees centigrade is false. Every 1000 meter, the temperature is going to high altitude or height 6.5 degree centigrade is fallen. This is called as normal temperature gradient. It means lapse rate. Sometimes the temperature is inverse. It is called as inversion of temperature. Normally the temperature is high in the high altitude or high height, but sometimes it will go instead of decreasing, it is high. Usually the inversion is takes place in long duration nights and then winter season, clear sky or absence of the winds are the main causes for the inversion of temperature. Usually the temperature increase with height. It is called as inversion of temperature. Another one is horizontal distribution of temperature. The horizontal distribution of temperature all over the world, it is unequal. From the equator towards the North Pole or South Pole, from equator it receives the vertical rays and it has more temperature than the pole and the Tropic of Cancer or Tropic of Capricorn, or either North Arctic Circle or South Antarctic Circle. What are the main factors for the unequal distribution of temperature? The unequal distribution of the land mass and then unequal distribution of the water bodies. These are the main reasons which are receive the temperature unequal. The land and water bodies. The lands get heated quickly than the water bodies. The water bodies are slowly heated than the land mass. These are the main factor. the region which is received the temperature high in the daytime, it means land mass. During the night, the land emits the temperature to the atmosphere and it is cooling. Vice versa, during the daytime, some amount of temperature in the water body and it's slowly emits the temperature to the atmosphere. So these are the unequal distribution of temperature. And then seasons. Usually we have considered 4 seasons: autumn, spring, summer and solstice. During this season, the sun and the earth, the distance between these two are sometimes it will be far away, sometimes it will nearer. Usually March 21st and September 23rd of the day, all over the world, the temperature the day is 12 hours day and then 12 hours night. During the June 21st and then December 22nd, the temperature is vary from the northern Tropic of Cancer and then southern Tropic of Capricorn. The seasonal variation is unequal distribution of temperature. And then latitude. In the equator, it receives the vertical rays and has more temperature than the northern Tropic of Cancer region or southern Tropic of Capricorn or North Pole or South Pole. These are the main controlling factors. And then another one point is prevailing winds. The wind which is blowing from the high pressure area to the low pressure area. Due to this, the wind which is blowing from the high temperature region to the low temperature, it increases the temperature where it is passing. At the same time, the wind which is going from the polar regions to the equatorial region, the atmospheric temperature will decrease. So wind is the main controlling factors of the horizontal distribution of the temperature. And then ocean currents. Usually the ocean currents, where it is origin on the base of this, they are classified into 2 categories. One is warm current, another one is cold current. The warm currents which are originated in the regions of the equatorial region, where there is a moving, they are increase the ocean temperature or surface of the ocean water. Sometimes the ocean currents which are originated in the polar region or cold region, they are reduce the temperature towards the equator. For example, the Gulfing is the warm current, the Labrador is the cold current. And then in the eastern part of the Japan, Kuroshima is the warm current and then Oyashiro is the cold current. Both are intersecting at the time the fog is formed. That areas are very important for the development of plankton. And then important thing is land surface. The land surface is undulating. Some areas are undulating, some are mountains, some are plains. On the base of this, the temperature also vary from place to place and region to region. Some areas are covered by the water masses. Some areas water body. These regions are unequally distribution of horizontal temperature in the atmosphere. In this region, we have drawn a particular line. It means isotherm. Isotherm is nothing but the line, the imagined line. It is drawing having same temperature on a particular place. It is a imaginary drawing the same places, same temperature having so many places. On the base of the horizontal of the distribution of temperature over the surface, we can classify it into three concentric zones. It means zones of the temperature. The perpendicular rays of the sun strike different latitudes in different seasons. On the base of this, we can classify it into torrid zone, temperate zone, and then frigid zone. Torrid zone means the zone which is in between the Tropic of Cancer in the north, 23.5 degree latitude, and then 23.5 degree south, Tropic of Capricorn. In between these two regions is called as torrid zone. This region receives the vertical rays from the sun throughout the year. That's why it has having more temperature than the other regions. That's why it is called as torrid zone. Second one is temperate zone. Temperate zone distributed in both the hemisphere, northern hemisphere and then southern hemisphere. The northern hemisphere 23.5 degree north latitude to 66.5 degree north Arctic Circle region. In the south 23.5 degree south Capricorn to 66.5 degree Antarctica Circle. These regions are called as temperate region, equal temperature and then cold and heat. The another one is frigid zone or polar region, 66.5 degree in the north Arctic Circle to 90 degree North Pole, and then subsequently in the south. It means 66.5 degree Antarctica Circle to 90 degrees South Pole. These regions are called as frigid zone. These are the important zones distributed all over the world or on the globe. These are called as temperate zones.